a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Denton, Texas, home to the North Texas Mean Green. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the North Texas Mean Green. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. On the move from inside is 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So Navy's offense will go to work first. He's been a story all season long, just continues to impress. The question remains, of all the catches he's made, can he reel in the Heisman Trophy, Jesse?
Well, the games are only going to get bigger because of his success in the first half of the year. His team is winning a lot of games. It's about championships, but this guy has an opportunity to win the Heisman Trophy. He's a big part of his team's success.
No doubt, and the whole field's slanted towards stopping him. But he's been that good through the first part of the season. Can it continue? Against better competition and championship moments, that will decide whether he wins the Heisman.
Back to pass on second down. With the catch, it's Law. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. Guys, let's chat a bit about Navy. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. 4-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player...
Oh, he's getting ahead of Steve. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Knocked away, incomplete in the end zone. Guys, we have a second here to talk about Navy. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus Terry got enough space. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown, at least for now.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football. You saw that there on the incompletion.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quarterback making adjustments. Sends it back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! Fitted in the window for the score.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They looked like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
North Texas, 0.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So North Texas offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
North Texas now has a ton of work to do here on second down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
Well, they hit that deep crossing pattern, and a nice job by the quarterback there, keeping his eyes down the middle of the field. He's not telegraphing where he's going to throw it. He knows he's got to give his guy a chance to work through the traffic, get all the way across the field, but you can't let the defense know where you're going with it. So really good timing between those two on that play.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And that's why quarterbacks take their offensive lines out for all-you-can-eat wings. Clean pocket, able to step up, scan the entire field, and pick the open receiver.
North Texas has it going to work with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He'll try to do it himself. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
And just having a guy that can continually make plays on the ground, it just opens up space for your running back, for your receivers, makes you defend the whole field, and it's not always big gains, but you've seen him today, man. It keeps the offense in positive situations.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, midshipman! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man by himself. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The first down for the offense. Looking to throw on first down. Able to get a foot down in bounds and make the catch. All right, guys, let's chat a little bit about North Texas. Biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And, David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a three-star defensive lineman. A guy like that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, North Texas. They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the...
Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously, you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and then guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. Quickly trailing by 2 touchdowns, down 21-7, and really important to get something out of this drive. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got his man. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. North Texas can dig into that playbook on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Gets it out fast. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Offense in an empty set. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Tosses it incomplete.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key because last game he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. North Texas will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And here comes the Navy offense. Almost everything has gone their way so far, up 21-7, and they have it back. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's got the back in the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. He's going to fire deep. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Navy! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Sets up the screen. He's pushed out of bounds at the 13 and gives this offense a little room to work. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Hayes. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. First down for this offense. Looking downfield on first down. Rush is on him. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. North Texas now has a ton of work to do here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. It's complete on the right side. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, and he ruins the big gator with a fumble. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look and the replay booth will overturn the call. North Texas really has it going on offense. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. North Texas will have to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. And Navy will go back on the attack. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. The screen, he's got wheels. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Quarterback empties his backfield. Second down, they'll go to the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Quarterback gets past the marker. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Catch in the middle, it's long. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Let's see what they've got on second down.
Second down.
Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed over the middle, it's long. Oh, he's got some space. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, midshipman.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Off the RPO, complete. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job by the defense covering that thing up.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The midshipman could get really aggressive here on second and short. Under fire. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
Got out of trouble and throws. Got his man downfield. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. New set of downs after the completion. The inside handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again. He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
North Texas to the line with a mile and a half to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. North Texas will have to punt it away. Makes a catch at the 10. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw on first down. He lets one fly deep. He's got it inside the 25. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Navy!
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on first down. It's complete. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Wants to throw on first down. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Looking to throw again. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. North Texas has it going to work with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Mean Green.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
North Texas, 14.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Snags it quickly on the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Navy quick to the line. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He's going to throw deep right side. He's got it on the outside. All the way inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 37, and the chunk play has them threatening. That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Trying to escape and get it himself. And maybe they've tried to spy on the quarterback, but it just hasn't worked. Another first down. He just keeps gashing them with his feet. Looking to throw on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, midshipman. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they've put points on the board.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Denton than you have for what's been a fun first half? And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half.
First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. North Texas will have to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result,
he tries to take the top off. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Navy!
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march down the field and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
14.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And this is really the story of the game. This offense has no chance in the passing game because they cannot protect the quarterback. All game long, he's been under duress. You got to give the defense a ton of credit.
Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Hayes. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back has it. Gets it past the marker. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. North Texas really has it going on offense. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. North Texas has it going to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. They've got the screen set up. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. North Texas will have to punt it away. That leg is staying loose. Already the fifth kick of the night. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They've been dominated. Now they'll try to execute to their own standard. On the move, it's Love. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying.
He lobs one high down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. All by himself down the middle. Touchdown, midshipman. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. And for this receiver, hello, viral.
Hello, viral, and on every platform, everywhere. You're going to see it in top plays. Not one, not two, not three. Just continuing to count the touchdowns. This guy's been...
North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. Quick release on the RPO.
The pass on first down. Caught by the receiver. No gain.
Ball will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. What looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Hayes. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. To the ground with the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
A strike downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. North Texas doing business from the red zone. It's a draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
To the air on 2nd down. Pressure coming. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They are going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too. And that time, that was a great play call defensively.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Let's it fly. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The give to the back. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
Here's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is...
He lofts one down the sideline. And he's got it inside the 35. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
You got to give this guy credit all season long. He's played well, he's stayed healthy, and he's just executing. With that last throw, he's now surpassed 4,000 yards as we get late in the season.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And at this point, they're just rubbing. And here comes the Navy offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
He's brought down.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. The throw. And the defense getting a hand in there on third down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things?
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down.
This guy's in the Heisman picture because his stats are just ridiculous, and he threw for over 300 yards last game out. He's putting up another monster game here today, guys.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great feet.
A shot toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
This reminds me of the guy I used to play for in college down in Gainesville, the head ball coach. He used to like to do this. He would have big leads in the fourth quarter. He was still letting his QBs throw it deep down the field.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Shoots it to the left. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And Navy will go back on the attack. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Quick release by the QB. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, midshipman. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Georgia somehow, some way found an edge between the hedges and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking for a man. It's Amato. Fires to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down.
And you see on that play the confidence that he has in that playmaker on the perimeter of the field. He's already had a couple catches in this game. It seems like he's always open. And right there, nice job fitting that football into a small space and great awareness by the receiver getting his feet down in bounds.
They'll leave it with him. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder.
Turning it on! He'll work his way down to the 28.
And that is such great execution by this offense. 3rd down and 2. They know you're running the football, but they were physical. Great job creating a little bit of space. Not only do you get the first down, you chew up a bunch more yards too. Nice execution by this offense.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Quickly to the tight end. At the 45, on his way. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. Last completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And this quarterback, man, you've seen him have some success, so you know he'll take off and run. The defense was ready, man. Nice job. This second half, this is a critical part of it. Don't let him beat you with his feet.
Stands in and takes the hit. Makes the grab on the big throw. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Gets the back moving. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Law. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And an early completion for this dude, but you'll see a lot of that. I mean, he's been unreal this season, like spreading the football around, multiple guys. Every game you look up, he's putting up huge numbers. This offense is built around his ability to throw the football, and that's why he's one of the best in all of college football.
Catch in the middle. It's McCaffrey. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
And this guy has been putting up huge video game type stat numbers each and every week. Threw for over 300 yards last week. He's putting up another monster game today. Late in the year when you know Heisman voters are watching, this guy wants to bring the Heisman Trophy home.
And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. Gets rid of it. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
and they just look good in every